Welcome to Big D, Dallas, Texas, and the house the Pony Express built. Dickerson and James and SMU hoping to restore the glory and get things started in this one. We've got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the San Jose State Spartans, taking on a team from the ACC, the SMU Mustangs. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Spartans will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So SMU's offense will have the first crack at it in this one. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. Leaves it with the running back. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. To the air, it's Jennings. Gets it out fast. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll run it from the gun. Oh, he's got some space. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Maryland. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid pass.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
And he scoops his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
And the Mustangs will have it 1st and 10. He'll pull it on the read. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Mustangs!
This defense has their hands full in this game because of what you saw right there. This quarterback is one of the fastest players in the entire country, and he runs one in. They're going to have to do a better job getting hats to him because they know they're going to see the QB run a lot today.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So it's an 80-yard drive. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. So San Jose State's offense will have its first possession of the game. And Jesse, this is going to be a fun test. This receiver, if you leave him in man coverage, you might be in for some trouble.
And so when you get him in the one-on-ones, you got to throw his way. He's a really good route runner. He can catch the football. And then when the defense decides to double cover and take him away, that's when you go somewhere else with the football or you run it. The balance in this offense, based on how they play him, I think is big today.
Yeah, and that's what you got to do as a defense. Sometimes you double team him, sometimes you play zone, mix it up, give different looks, because he is a guy. He's shown the ability to burn your defense and make big plays.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Smith. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
Wants to throw on first down. Right on the money. Make the stop at the 40, but he's got 15 yards on that one and a first down.
That's a first down for the offense.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw it again. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush. It's just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
The Spartans with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll run play action. He's got an open man. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Well, another catch by the big fella. And, hey, this defense now in the second level, they've got to understand that they're going to see some play action. They can't keep biting on the fake. It's not easy to do. You've got to be aware of the tight end and his release. As soon as you see him get upfield, right now you know it's pass. So don't even worry about the fake. Get your eyes focused and find the big fella to go make a tackle or make a play on the ball.
Some QBs see it right off the jump, believe what they see, and they go in and they go for it regardless. And I think right there, he knew where he wanted to go with the football, and he missed. But it looked like to me he was forcing it a little bit too much.
4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
Using the quick game. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Gets it out quickly. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on 1st down, setting up an easier 2nd down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy.
And the quarterback, 1-2 and sacked at the 12.
Well, This team came out with their hair on fire. The offense drives down the field, scores a touchdown on their opening possession, and now the defense is dominating as well. Already their second sack, and you've got to give this head coach a ton of credit. He did a great job getting this football team physically and mentally ready to play here today.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He caught it! And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, San Jose State. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And the extra point is good. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Here's the pressure. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, as he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? That's caught. It's Maryland. And he's brought down after a nice gain. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
Catch in the middle, it's Maryland. Good pick up, a little bit short of the sticks. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
They'll go to the ground. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
The Mustangs are marching down the field. Got it behind the line. It's Singleton. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I mean, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
And the Mustangs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Trying play action. Finds the tight end. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down.
Such a great job by the defense winning on early downs. What does that mean? Now it means 3rd and long. 3rd and long, now I go to dime packages, to nickel packages. I'm taking linebackers off the field and bringing on DBs to really cover more guys and have more speed on the field.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking to pass. It's Jennings. Just a short pass to the tight end. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
They just keep firing. Quickly to the tight end. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
The Mustangs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Man, listen, you get zone coverage and you can hit that curl route and he comes open continually. Keep hitting it. This might be a play to come back to.
And the Mustangs will snap it on 1st and 10. The give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle. It's Maryland. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
That's a nice play on offense there. And how about the tight end getting out of his stance and working his way across the field, using his speed to clear the defense and make the catch.
The Mustangs are threatening on 1st and goal. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Maryland. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. The give. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, SMU. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Lining up to add another. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Bates. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, this San Jose State offense trying to get this ball moving. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. With the catch, it's Coleman.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
And the Spartans can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that up.
The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Blast his way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to pass. It's Jennings. Makes the grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Mustangs.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The San Jose State offense is back on the field. Leaves it with the back. Quickly trailing by 2 touchdowns, down 21-7, and really important to get something out of this drive.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The Spartans in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Red pass, it's complete. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
Via the screen. He's brought down at the 34. And first down for the offense.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running back searching for a hole. Plows through the defense. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
And the Spartans have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Flips it out in the flat. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
That's caught. It's Smith. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
From the gun, running back on the move. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these 2 quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Big turning point as we head into the 2nd and get this game rolling again. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. He goes out of bounds after picking up a few at the 35-yard line.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. Quarterback looks out wide, he sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass, you'll take that completion.
7th play of the drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man downfield. Got enough to move the sticks. 1st down from the 17.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
Handoff from the gun. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Spartans. Big-time touchdown there to get some much-needed momentum.
You got to find something, right? Who you going to go to make that big play to get you back into it? You're not back in it yet. It's not tied. You're not there yet, but you're starting to inch back into it and get some momentum going.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they finished it off with a 17-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO, and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
The chains now on 2nd and long. To the air, it's Jennings. He's got it down the middle. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets rid of it. Caught over the middle. It's Singleton. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. And the Mustangs will bring the punt team onto the field. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Not going to risk a return here. Calls for the fair catch and makes it just around the 30-yard line. San Jose State has the ball and ready to go on the attack. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
Well, the linebacker's playing zone coverage, and he's just watching the QB's eyes to see where he's going to go with the football, and the eyes take him to the ball. He's able to swat it away. Great play on defense.
So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Looking down the middle. He's got it. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
If you're going to attack and have success against man coverage, then you've got to have great timing between the quarterback and the wide receiver. Really nice rapport. You could tell these two have been spending a lot of time this offseason throwing to one another.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. To the air on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
He's tackled at the 27. 1st down for the offense.
The Spartans will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Fires to the big fella. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the 1st, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
And the Spartans come to the line needing just inches for the 1st down. He'll sneak it.
Picks up 1. And 1st down for the offense.
The Spartans kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's got the tight end. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to fire. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Knowing that your man can make the catch against his defender, that wasn't a big play, but it can set you up down the line to be able to take advantage.
Yes, get it to him as fast as I can. When I see him open, he runs the little hitch, get it to him so he can make a little bit of yards after the catch, and eventually that little gain, he's going to bust one of those with.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Spartans. And these offenses are just putting up numbers.
They got so much speed at so many positions with spread football now in college. It's so hard to stop. Defenses are just trying to hold on, shut them down in the red zone, and not give up a touchdown.
Extra point here will tie the game. And he splits the uprights on the extra point. A 70-yard touchdown drive, and they finished it off with the score from the 4. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. The handoff to Johnson. Quick spin on the ride. Moves up to the 34-yard line, give him a 10-yard pickup.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Snagged in the middle, it's Hudson. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Now the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Wide open, makes the catch. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Well, this offense is showing you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
They are really clicking along, 1st and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. Grabbed in the middle, it's Maryland. Touchdown, SMU! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this QB starting to do some work, man. The big explosive play in the passing game. You get inside the 10, you're thinking run. Everybody thinking run. You back it up with another pass, another great throw, and quickly this offense gets right to the end zone.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Bates. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, this San Jose State offense trying to get this ball moving. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And I like where the quarterback got because I think he needed to check the football down, but the pressure got there a little bit too fast, and he just didn't have enough time to get it to his running back and maybe put a positive spin on this play instead of an incompletion.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now 1 more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Fires to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
And the Spartans decide to punt it away. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still just a very short gain. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Dropping back, it's Jennings. Gets it to the back. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
You know, this linebacker is a special player because not only is he good making tackles in the open field, this guy can cover, and you saw a great example of it with that running back.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. It's Maryland. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. They'd hoped to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
The kick is on its way. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The San Jose State offense is back on the field. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the tight end.
Well, we knew coming into this one the tight end was a big part of this offense, and you've seen it early in this game. They've moved him around. They've thrown it to him in a lot of different ways. Defense is going to have to make some adjustments trying to stop this guy.
The Spartans with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. sends it back in motion. Going to sling it on second down. Quickly out to the tight end. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
He'll keep it on the sneak. And from this angle, I don't think he got the first down. The defense won at the line of scrimmage.
Well, and he gets stuffed on that QB sneak. He's just not doing a really good job of reading the crease and finding a little space to kind of tuck into and drive his feet. He's just running himself into a wall there.
Oh, and how about the big boys up front? Make a crease, push somebody back, create some space. There was nowhere to go.
Perhaps feeling that coverage coming, signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 25. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Caught in the backfield, it's Maryland. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone, make them execute, and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
Looking to throw, it's Jennings. Got it in the middle, it's Singleton. Good, solid pickup on that one. They got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the second quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
The Mustangs have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Hudson. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Slant routes. They're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage, too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. They'll leave it with him. Running to Green. And he's almost to that first down marker. They're saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. And the Mustangs come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And I don't think he got it. The defense stands tall on 3rd and inches.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. They just can't do it better.
The Mustangs will punt it away on 4th down. That ball will make its way out of bounds, and they'll mark it dead at the 15. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. The inside handoff. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man. It's Coleman. Gets the job done on third down as he gets it out to the 25. That was a really well-run route on the curl to pick up the first down.
Yeah, and it's a nice job, too, by the receiver, getting his depth and then finding space in between the defenders, giving his quarterback a nice target.
Looking downfield on first down. Under fire. Trying to make magic with his feet. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
To the air on first down. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
And that's a really good example of why offensive coordinators script plays. You know the down and distance, and you know which routes can get you to the stick. So there's no wasted time. That coordinator got the play in early to his quarterback, knowing that his players were going to be able to execute.
Man, those are frustrating because you know you're supposed to catch that. You're supposed to secure it. It's going to happen, but it's just frustrating for those receivers. Just tap the chest. My bad, dog.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. Got the quick pass. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down.
Nice pitch and catch there from QB to wide receiver. Great job. An out route is all about timing. 1, 2, 3, boom, break out, throw it to him right now. Great pitch, great catch.
Now they've moved it just inside the 40. First and 10 from the 39. He'll do it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Spartans had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Quick strike complete. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Well, they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Looking downfield, and time is running short. He's got him. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on third down.
Good job by this defense, man. They've given up some yards and some plays on this drive, but they didn't lose focus. They stayed dedicated to what they're doing, and a great job on third down, forcing the fourth down here, and hopefully the field goal attempt.
So they won't get a touchdown, but a chance to put something on the board before halftime. What a disappointment. No good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, 2 quarters down, and I've got to say, this has been a fun watch so far in Dallas. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Gerald J. Ford Stadium.
And the Mustangs will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. San Jose State has the ball and ready to go on the attack. Looking to throw on first down. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
The Spartans now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, he'll throw it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Smith. Good, solid tackle. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
And with that pass right there, over 300 yards. That's a good day at the office. Being able to execute, doing a good job seeing what's coming, anticipating, taking some shots today, but has held really strong, put up some good numbers.
Looking to throw on first down. Oh, they're after him. He's going to take off. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
QBs do a really good job of feeling pressure and trying to get away from him. And you can see he wants to, but there's nowhere to go. Great job by the defense, getting him to the ground for no gain.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Trying to set up the screen. Still on his feet at the 45. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of it.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
Little touch pass to the receiver. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Picks up 4. Brings up 2nd down.
They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. They'll run it out of the shotgun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Spartans come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Well, that inside linebacker is a freak of nature for multiple reasons, and it's hard for a lot of these smaller running backs to have to pick him up in pass pro, not just because of his speed, but he's also big and strong.
The Spartans will try to pin them back with the punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Off-play action on first down. Makes the catch. It's Maryland. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll move the wide receiver. Grabbed behind the line. It's Singleton. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The Mustangs come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Wants to throw. It's Jennings. Hauls it in. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
And the Mustangs have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, 3rd quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
Might as well stick with him. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And this D needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. It is plays like that that'll let you pile up some serious passing yards.
Man, what an effort. I mean, the layout to be able to catch the football, keep it off the ground. Nice job by this receiver, and that's why this quarterback's had a day. Guys making plays all over the field.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Knight. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Scanning the field, it's Jennings. Finds his tight end. He's got it out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing there.
The Mustangs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Catch in the middle, it's Maryland. Just what they hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a 1st at the 32.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop, caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning 2. That was beautiful.
They're down to the 32-yard line on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle, it's Maryland. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Back to pass on 2nd down. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Back to throw, it's Jennings. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Bend don't break by the defense, right? They've allowed a lot of big plays, but here in the red zone, great job in coverage on that 3rd down, and now the offense is in an interesting situation.
Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And that lead grows even bigger. enough to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, this San Jose State offense trying to get this ball moving. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, Dave.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. And the Spartans are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
The Spartans will send out the punt unit. Cradles it at the 35. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Dropping back, it's Jennings. Got his man quickly. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Wide receiver comes in motion. Look out, he's got room. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Pulls it in, it's Hudson. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practiced, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Singleton. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the 1st down. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Off the play fake. Deep shot for the end zone. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Mustangs.
And that's exactly why you do play action. You freeze linebackers, you freeze safeties, you open up spots on the field and take big shots. The offense capitalizes and gets the big touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he tacks on the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they pay it off with a strike from 38 yards out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The San Jose State offense is back on the field. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. But I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field.
It's a running room. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
To the air on first down. Got his man on the right.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting him the football, letting them get some positive yards.
And the Spartans can really attack on this 2nd and short. Caught in the backfield. It's Smith. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And a great job by the defense seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
The Spartans are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. He'll keep it himself. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy first down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. He's got it, 1st down and more. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down.
Well, the gamble pays off offensively. 4th down, being aggressive, and they throw for it. How about the job the receiver does winning his route and giving his quarterback a place to go with the football?
And the Spartans are rolling down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. So now it's 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, San Jose State. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker on for the extra point.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they cover the final 29 yards with that touchdown pass. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Looking for blockers. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Back to throw, it's Jennings. Fires to the big fella. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. It's amazing how fluid and potent an offense can seem when you get a great pickup on first down and the tight end's a terrific place to go.
Tight ends nowadays are kind of like cheat codes. I mean, they just know so much about right here. Seeing zone, know when to sit it down, boom, positive yards, nice positive play for this offense.
Caught behind the line. It's Brinson. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. You can work your way down the field with these wide receiver screens, but also look for the opportunity to turn them into chunk plays later.
No doubt. You throw it quickly. You get it to him now. DB comes up, has to make a tackle. Now you fake it maybe a little bit later on. So these plays, they're not huge plays all the time, but they can set up big plays down the road for your offense.
Breaks into the open. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
And that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
And the Mustangs come to the line with a new set of downs. Grab behind the line. It's Maryland. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. Off the bootleg and rolling out. The short hands, it's Singleton. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That's a really good stop by the defense, Jesse. They need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
Dropping back, it's Jennings. Slips through his hands and incomplete, and they had everything set up for the screen except the catch. They couldn't connect on second down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. Off play action. Rushes on him. Fires deep on the run. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices.
First and goal, SMU.
A great chance to put this game away with a score here on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. How about that play behind the line as they lose 5?
So on offense, you've got to find a way to put 6 up on the board. You know that in this game, field goals may not get it done. So big-time players make big plays in big games. Who can you rely on right now to get you a touchdown?
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, looking for the score. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
I don't know about that play call, man. Your quarterback's already thrown 3 TDs in this game. Pollock, let him cook down here.
Yeah, I mean, trying to show some balance, but he has had a great day. I trust him. This is a good situation. I'm going to put the ball in his hands, and I'm going to let him throw this football and get a touchdown.
Pressure coming. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, SMU.
Love the quick decision-making by the quarterback. It's not just who's the open guy and who am I throwing it to. It's also having that clock, David, in your head that says, if no one's open and I'm down near the red zone, I'm taking off now, and I'm using my athleticism, and I'm getting a score.
Yeah, you love the decision-making. I hate the defense. Why are we dropping back so far in the end zone? We got to keep eyes on this QB. We know he can take off. We know he can make plays. The field shrinks, man. You got to expect that's coming. Not very good defense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point was good. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. San Jose State has the ball and ready to go on the attack. Looking to throw on first down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. At the 45 on its way. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together and maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35. Wants to go up top on first down. The sure hands, it's Smith. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
The Spartans with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Bring in the heat. Snagged out of the air. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
By the receiver. Gain of 9. That's a first down for the offense.
And the Spartans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the red zone, looking for a space. Here's a heat. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great, and they've got to find an identity on this offense moving forward.
Just keep slinging it. He's got him this time. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
You get the completion, and now you set up a manageable 3rd down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down and distance in this game.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring.
Quarterback runs a sneak. Picks up 1. 1st and goal, San Jose State.
The Spartans started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Trying to barrel in. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, San Jose State. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Singleton. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you can tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
Running backs on either side of the quarterback. They'll give it to Johnson. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances, and that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
The Mustangs line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. To the air, it's Jennings. Quickly complete. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And at some point for the defense, I'm just thinking, hey, man, like, it's got to be somebody else. I mean, the big tight end has made play after play after play today. And we know if it gets close in the 4th quarter, they're going to look his way, so the defense really needs to have a plan.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Brinson. There he goes. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the 4th quarter. You got to lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on 1st down. Better job on 2nd down. This offense continuing to stay in a rhythm.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Finds space on the right. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the 4th quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
Got his man. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Hey, man, it's hard to throw down here in the red zone. These windows are tiny and they close fast. So there was nowhere to go in the end zone there, that time having to check it down. A nice job by the defense rallying and making a tackle.
And here they come to give it another shot on 3rd and goal from the 3. To the air, it's Jennings. Looking to get it in.
I'll tell you, I love the effort by the defense on that play, stopping him short of the goal line. It's now 4th down. And if this offense chooses to go for it here in this situation, can the defense come up with another big play?
So the offense will try to punch it in here on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll go to the fullback. He will not get there. They'll turn it over on downs, and that leaves the door open. And the Spartans buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room. Couldn't fight his way out of the end zone, and they get him for a safety.
And, man, that stings because this offense needed every single possession they had left. Now down by 2 possessions, and you're kicking the football off. That was a play that kind of just ended this one. This offense had to put points up, and instead they gave up the big safety.
And they'll set up for the free kick from their own 20. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room.
Returner brings it out to the 38.
The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Now on 1st down from the 43. Wide receiver going in motion. To the air on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Maryland. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the 1st down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. The pull and throw off the RPO. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
And the Mustangs can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking downfield, it's Jennings. On the move, he fires. Touchdown, Mustangs! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession.
Salt enter wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
Lining up for the PAT.
Is on for the extra point.
And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the 4th. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, this San Jose State offense trying to get this ball moving. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency, Dave.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some 1st downs together, get some good mojo going.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
And this is always the time in the game where coaches are absolutely watching. Like, which one of my guys mail it in and quit? And if you're the quarterback, man, you've been sacked a few times, you've turned the football over, like, continue to play, find some ways to maybe get a few 1st downs and make something positive happen.
They'll move the tight end. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
Hey, man, that was just perfect execution offensively. On a 4th down like that, if you're going to throw a completion, get the 1st and keep the drive alive, QB's got to be great with his eyes. He's got to throw it on time. His target has to be in the perfect place at the perfect time, and you got to be able to haul it in. They checked all the boxes on that 4th down.
They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down. And at this point, the defense looks as if they've been in one of those dizzy bat races. They've got no idea where the ball's coming from. He's over 500 yards passing.
Yeah, this is a Heisman Trophy level performance from this guy. The accuracy, the decision-making, the athleticism, everything has been on display.
Wide open downfield. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
First and goal and a touchdown here really gives them momentum. Pocket breaking down. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers, they got to be on the same page.
Got nothing last time. Now second and goal from the 3. Looking to fire. Gets it out fast. It's third and goal and third and long. Wants to throw it. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Spartans. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
PAT unit on the field. And it's perfect. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. If they're going to pull off this big rally, they'll need to get this one back. They line up for the onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team, true to its name, as they make the grab and get the ball. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. Back to pass, it's Jennings. He finds a soft spot in the middle. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Quarterback on the keeper. Driving his way all the way down to the 3-yard line. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And if they can find the end zone here, that might be all she wrote. 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, SMU.
Man, oh man, what a day. His 3rd touchdown rushing, showing you he's got a little bit of everything. And padding those stats, and all you fantasy football guys, if you have my man at running back, it's a good day.
Ready to try the point after.
Is on for the extra point.
And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the fourth. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. The San Jose State offense is back on the field. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw on first down. Plucks it out of the air. Clock stops and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. The Spartans in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Grab near the marker. It's Smith. Dragged down at the 26 after a pickup of 5.
And first down for the offense.
They'll snap it from the 26 on first down. Looking to throw on first down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
Got it in the middle. It's Smith. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
Under fire. It's complete. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be thrown to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Makes the grab. He's got a first down. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
Well, this quarterback has a ton of confidence in his wide receivers to win one-on-one, and you're not going to get a bigger opportunity to prove that than on that 4th down. That was a throw vertically down the field, not an easy one to complete. He just knew where his guy was going to be and when, stuck it right on him, and they keep the drive alive.
Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
On the out route. Gain of 8. Brings up.